Hey everybody and welcome to Baku's! Now we're with the Gigante.
Like a rock, it never moved until one day it really did turn into stone. But when it awoke from its long sleep, they say it had achieved spiritual enlightenment.
I really like Baku's now. I didn't have a very high opinion of them before we did this LP.
But then
and I really
Calb.
Yeah, I didn't like the design for them in Monster Hunter 2 as much because I felt like they had a very squished nose. And I feel like this is... I think Monster Hunter 3 is very similar to what they did here, but they just look more realistic.
Seriously?
I like that. That's awesome. I'm probably gonna start playing with Baku's more often after we had Calb. I mean, they did a good job here making it part Golem. Not much... I like how they did the rock ears. The icebergy.
At one time, it used to run like the wind through fields and mountains and could control thunder. These days, not a trace of any of those former skills remain.
I wonder how it can control the thunder and not the lightning. That's really cool.
It stomped a lot.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure I like how they did the face pattern, but still, I like the horns. The coloring works.
It's okay.
Yeah. I kind of wish they had added little bangs.
Yeah, it's a solid B effort.
Yeah. The Gontar! It's Calb!
This monster got to be this way after waiting years for the return of its breeder, who went away on a journey. But when the breeder finally returned, he had amnesia!
Oh! It's like the Futurama episode where they're showing off all my circuits and they all have amnesia. Oh, it's Calb! What can you say about Calb? Oh, he was so freaking awesome. He won the game for us, like, way too freaking early.
Seriously.
I shouldn't have won the game that early. Magmax.
Even its own breeder is afraid of it, especially grumpy in the morning. It takes a lot to make it happy. If it ever got out of hand, nobody could stop it.
It's Byron! Byron's so grumpy. Yeah, I mean, I see what they were going for here, but I'm not entirely sure I like the tiny wings and the tail and the ears, but there's something about the face that bothers me and I'm not entirely sure I know what it is. I don't know. I'd say a solid B effort, like you said earlier. Did you cut out again?
No, I'm right
Oh,
here.
okay. Sorry.
I'm just waiting.
Oh, okay. It's the Baku!
Wrapped in thick fur and layers of fat, this monster is lovable and greedy. It always looks sleepy, but it can really move. Its motto is, eat a lot, sleep a lot.
I like how its eyes are pointing in two different directions on this one. He's like, derp.
I was about to ask how its motto could be something, because I was like, wait, they don't speak, and I realized, wait, no, this is Monster Rancher, not Pokemon. They actually do say something, like, they can speak in English in this game.
Well, they never spoken in English in the games,
That's
but they
true.
have in the anime.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure about that, because I think you're right. I've never... Because, I mean, there have been other things we've read recently where it sounds like they talk, but, you know, I'm just gonna leave it as it is.
Well, some monsters do talk, though, like, what was it, the Mach does. Makmoji? The old tree?
When? Oh, yeah, sorry. I was thinking Mach from Monster Rancher 2. I was like, how did that come in? Yeah, I mean, they might, but maybe just in the game they just don't show it. They just have them making noise, so they don't have to pay for a million voice actors. It's not like it's Suikoden.
Yeah.
The Electric Eel.
This monster was a giant catfish that grew arms and legs when it got hit by lightning. Many believe it has the power to predict earthquakes.
Again, this is the same complaint I had with the tiger that was part of the Zone A. They just ripped it from the Monster Rancher 3 aquatic form. I mean, it has nothing to do with its subtype.
Now that in my head now I have Joker from The Dark Knight. And
With the lips.
Yeah, with the lips, and I can't get it out of my head now.
Yeah, I just don't like how they did that. There's so many other things they could have done. Like, even its tail doesn't look right.
No.
They cheated. The Red Hot Baku.
This monster is indeed a sleeping lion. It has the bloodline of a lion, and it's always sleeping. But will the mighty lion within ever really wake up one day?
Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, they had the coloring right. They kind of added bangs a little. There's like one little thing of hair sticking up on the top right there. One.
Yeah, just the one side, not the both.
Yeah. The Hippopo Chaos.
I thought you read that wrong, and I realized, no, you actually read that right. That really is the Hippopo Chaos. It's descended from a species that knows the ways of the wind, but it seems to have forgotten everything. Now it only knows the ways of the afternoon nap.
Is this the first thing we've seen that's part Ripper? That can't be right.
It is the first thing we've seen that's part Ripper.
Again, I feel like... I don't know. They just changed the color, which isn't a bad thing. They added a little mohawk. The tail is close.
The face paint's interesting.
Yeah. It's not bad, by any means. I think they did a good job with the coloring and the little tiny thing, like the tail especially. Oh, it's the Pandy Baku!
A legendary monster that lives deep in the mountains. Despite its big body, it's pretty gentle. It likes to eat a plant called Sasa.
Yep, this is perfect. This is exactly what all Baku should have looked like in the first place. A panda. I really have nothing else to say about that. They did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's the end of the Bakus. We'll end it on Calb. Where's Calb? There he is.
The Gontar.
The Gontar! Alright, bye guys.
Bye.